Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing amazing. Today we have a solo video. It would have been a whole podcast, but it's going to be a solo video. And today we're going to be talking in some Anthem, some development changes or some of the updates that we've received in the game. And also, their social media silence and what is going on, their perspective towards content creators and who they listen to and who they do not listen to. And of course, how they address different things right now. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about, since this video is not scripted, is going to be about the recent changes to the store system. I really like that you can now buy legendary items, weapons, and components with coins, which is one of those things that is a really welcome addition, though it kind of made all the Cataclysm grind useless, considering the fact that all those shards are gone now. So it is one of those things that I kind of started thinking about it like, man, you know what? They could have just made this thing a coin acquisition to begin with. But it is a welcome change. I'm still happy for it regardless, that they have that in there. Now, one thing that I would like to point out, though, is the fact that a lot of people are excited about this change. A lot of people who still cover the game, they're talking about this and how it is, oh nice, it's great. But people are still forgetting one thing. Coin acquisition in the game is still hell right now, and you're now in the situation where you're now having to split what you do with that coin, and that is one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have skipped over the time. In Anthem right now, I've been vocal about the coin acquisition system. A lot of people have said, oh, you know what, you can do this, you can do that. But when you're trying to buy items in the in-game store, you literally have to do like a 2 weeks worth of grind to be able to acquire an item that will be leaving in 4 days or 3 days. And that is one of the things that I don't like. A lot of people thought, maybe I was just being extra, but that is just the reality of it. If an item pops up in the store today and I want that item, by the time I'm done with my grind, the new rotation of the store will be here. So a lot of people in Anthem are grinding for coins just so that they can get the cosmetic items in the feature store. So now that we're at the point where you now have these legendary items, you're splitting up what they actually need the coins for, which is not a good idea. They should make it a way where coins are actually easier to farm. You're having to choose or trying to decide between spending your coin on cosmetics or spending your coins on power, which is basically what those mods and weapons are for. So if they increase the coin acquisition rate, if you can get coin from just doing anything instead of it being tied to challenges and daily stuff and weekly stuff, then you can actually get more coins and find it valuable. Because right now, yes, it's scarce and people can translate that to it being valuable, but it's not. It's just tedious at this point. And I think they need to increase the coin acquisition. That's just my point on that. I've been vocal about it. Getting coins is not easy in Anthem. It feels like hell. It's not even a point doing it at this point. So that's one thing that I need to point out. Now, the next thing is going to be Bioware'S social media silence and also their interaction with content creators. And this is a little bit of a crazy subject. Not that I really care about it, but I know that it affected a lot of people who have been covering the game and who still do. I will say this. I believe BioWare doesn't want anyone talking about Anthem or making Anthem videos, at least until they get the 2.0 update out. And I know that sounds crazy or ridiculous to some of you, but here's the thing. They don't want you even tweeting about it. The first thing people will assume is that they want the game to fade away. However, since it's been confirmed that it's getting an overhaul, we know that that's not the case. The real reason is because they want to draw every attention away from the game as much as possible. They have gone radio silent, which is, one thing that they've announced, but it's not just about working on the game. It's because they want a second chance to make a first impression. Let's say the 2.0 doesn't come till next year, and this happens to be the last Anthem video you will ever see on any platform. except for the ones from the red channels talking about, oh my god, where is Anthem? Anthem is dead, all that kind of stuff. But if we exclude those, and let's say this is the last Anthem video that you'll ever see, then the psychology will build a feeling like the game never existed. And a lot of people will even tell you that they wish that it never existed. So if you have that type of psychology and that type of mindset, when they drop the next update, it will feel brand new. And I think that is what they're going for. A lot of people don't know this, but game designers and developers actually work with psychologists on a lot of these things. In fact, any form of press is considered bad from Bioware's perspective. It doesn't even matter if it is a good, coverage on the game. If you say Anthem is the greatest game on earth, it doesn't matter if you say it is the, the filth of the earth, or it should be buried 6 feet under. It doesn't matter if you say that. They just don't want anyone talking about the game, period. Now, this is my own deduction, and from what I can see, they only talk to a couple of game changers. They only talk to a couple of game changers. Ooh, I almost said something else there. They only talk to a couple of game changers in the gaming community or the Anthem community. Now, that is not a shot to anyone who is part of the program. Hey, get your money, man. Get it how you live. It doesn't matter what it is. I believe that a few game changers aren't with all the butt kissing, but a few of them still are. And they're the only ones who have still been able to communicate with the devs from time to time. And I believe probably that's because they have some NDA and all that type of stuff going on. But when it comes to regular folks trying to get information or get the attention, or even trying to help somebody else's other channel promote certain creations, the devs don't react, they don't respond. And I would assume that, hey, you could have at least respond to those other people who still cover your game. I personally, I don't care if they respond to me, but I know that there are other people who actually dedicate certain parts of their channel towards this type of stuff. And it is just ridiculous to see them not even respond or acknowledge those things unless they are game changers. Now, this is the repercussion of the double-edged sword known as radio silence. We have people who have created some fun-loving content with the community, and the devs or team can't even retweet their stuff. Now, once again, it really doesn't matter to me what happens to any game. My career is not on YouTube, so I don't, need the developers or the game to, do anything in the future. But it is one of those things that has to be acknowledged. This 2.0 update has to be major. It has to blow everything out of the park. It has to do something groundbreaking, because if it doesn't, it will mean that, hey, you know what, that extra year or whatever you guys have been doing in terms of redevelopment or overhaul is pointless. You might as well just put the game to rest at that point if you're not going to do something massive in a 2.0 update. And I'm talking about the 2.0 update has to be groundbreaking enough where it can come and stand toe-to-toe against old competition and new competition. And I'm talking about it has to be able to survive on its own when it comes out against, games like Warframe, against games like Destiny, Borderlands, which is kind of like a semi-MMO, and, against games like Division 2, against some of the other new MMORPGs coming out there, the hack and slash games, the ARPGs. Anthem 2.0 update has to be something monumental. It has to be major. It has to be massive, or it will just be another letdown and another one of those I told you so kind of moment. And BioWare has to keep this in mind, because you can't go radio silence because you say, hey, you're trying to do something major, but then come out under delivering. That is something that they have to check themselves on, and they have to be very, very careful about that. If you're gonna go radio silence, you have to create, a tsunami's worth of content and changes, and it has to be something good as well, And of course, they need to change that coin acquisition, because grinding in this game is really not worth it at this point in time. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts about the game so far? What are your thoughts about the overall, which is something that I'm really excited to see what they plan on doing with the game. As far as coin acquisition is concerned, what do you think about it? The fact that now you have two ways to spend your coin, on legendary components and items, or you can spend it on cosmetics in the store. And I would like to hear your thoughts on that as well. But anyways, as always, it's Dia signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.